It is said that when a woman is the full circle, within her is the power to create and nurture, also transform. It is also said that a woman creates her own path, and it is whatever she wants to be. Welcome to Women's Court, where we connect with women who have had to go through life, its obstacles placed before them, yet came out stronger and icons in the society. At Women's Court, we are not here just to educate, inform, and discuss, but also entertain you with our goal to redefine the essence of womanhood. And with me today, I have beautiful women. Don't mind me, I'm laughing.
Making us blush.
Seriously. So with me today, I have my first guest, Mrs. Nina Fayoka Smith. Fakoye Smith. Don't mind me. And I also have my soul sister, Rukewe Onoja.
So I'm not your soul sister.
Oh, you're my soul sister, please don't mind.
I'm so happy to be here, thank you.
You're welcome, darling. So today we will be discussing the modern day woman. Yeah. So actually, for me, I'll just go straight to the whole stuff. So how would you, both of you, describe a modern day woman? So let me start with you. How would you describe?
A modern, let me use this word. We try not to be like our parents, like our mothers. So we try to be different. We want to be classy, still be a mom in the kitchen and wife in the kitchen, but still be trendy when you come out. Like the men who they go out and be heroes. We also want to be heroes, not just in the home, but also outside the home. So we're trying to find that balance with staying at home and also being like hero outside.
So that's
a modern woman.
That's for you. That's a modern day woman. So what's a modern day woman for you?
So I was actually thinking about it while I was coming here, and I was like, modern day woman. So for me, I feel like the modern day woman is that woman who understands who she is, who she has her identity. She understands that, and then she understands that this identity is not based on maybe the material things that she has, or the certificates she has acquired and all of that, or maybe what's in her bank account. You understand? So she understands that, oh, those are not the things that define me. I am in the society, I'm part of the society. So first she understands who she is, and then she's not able to adapt to her society or her community, the places where she finds herself and the people that she relates with, and then giving of herself to actually make others around her better.
Okay, well, you were saying something concerning material stuff and all that. But for me, in these recent days, you get to find out that if someone wants to describe a modern day woman, she will be like, she will say she's a modern day woman because she has her cars, she's fashionable, she's slaying.
I think that's like close to what she said about being able to get into the trend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most people will be like, for a modern day woman, if I want to be like, ask someone, okay, describe a modern day woman, she'll be like, for me, a modern day is all these slay queens, so these girls that used to dress.
It's okay, it's okay to slay.
Okay, would you say it is bad to be a modern day woman? And would you say it has affected the traditional way to which people perceive the woman to be, or the girl? In those days, there's this how will I put it, identity they give a young girl growing up and all that. But with time, we've had evolution, we have technology, we have the social media world. Would you say it's part of what builds the modern day woman and has affected the perceived nature that you would say that they view we women to be?
Would you like to answer that?
No, go ahead.
Well, I think, like I said when I started, we are trying not to be like our own parents. We are trying to see how we can make our own life. So at the end of the day, if I'm still cooking in the kitchen, cleaning the house, and cleaning my kids, I still want to go out and slay. And be that queen.
Okay, but you have some men say that this whole stuff has spoiled the whole idea.
Some men. It's not all that. Some men actually love the way the women are slaying. So and one wants to see a woman and say, yeah, that's my woman. Any man that's seeing a woman is like, he's intimidated. That means he's just intimidated by that woman, like, I can't handle her. There's this culture that when you see a woman who's strong, who knows her rights, she's intimidating, that one you can't handle her. But there are men that actually want strong, independent women.
But come again, you see some men will say, I want a strong, independent woman. I want this modern day woman who doesn't tie a wrapper, who wakes up, put on bomb shot, makes her hair, makes her nails, and do all that. And then the moment they marry that perceived woman they want, you will see them will say to her, don't go to the office, take care of the kids.
That man is intimidated. He did not know himself. Yes. If he knew himself, he would have been craving for that woman. Sometimes, I don't know, men just get intimidated.
Yeah, I think so. Something that's getting into my mind is the fact that, you know, like you said, the modern day woman is able to, you know, have that, you know, blend, you know, find that balance. So, but like I want to go back to what I said when I started by talking about she understanding who she is. So it doesn't, you know, nothing changes who she is. She knows already. She has that understanding. She knows her self-worth. So she's not bothered about, somebody's going to look at her in a certain way, because she knows her beliefs. So she can still be that career person. She can still be that person who keeps her home. She can still be that person who is able to stand before people and has that confidence. And I do believe that that's what, you know, a man should be able to look at.
Okay, let me ask you.
And sometimes some of these men is what they have seen in the past, especially with their parents.
Yeah, so they're now doing
that mommy was submissive. So I don't want that. Some men grow up and say, like my brothers. My brothers always say that they don't want to have a wife that will just stay at home and be clean. They want a woman that's independent. And that's because of the way we were brought up, to believe that women actually have a right in society. But some men are not trained that way. They have this ideology that no, a woman must stay at home. Even when they dream of having a woman that is independent.
Yes.
When they don't get a woman, it's like, no, I'm not family for a day, no, she has wings. But if the man understands that this is the kind of woman that I need in my life, and understands his own self-worth in her life,
exactly.
It's intimidation. And it's the upbringing too. So if you wire your mind to think, if you think that way, then come on, you don't want the society to grow.
Exactly. And we want the society to grow.
Okay, now, you know, one thing that is very important is to talk about feminism and modernization. It's something you cannot escape. We can't escape talking about it, because in such a way, you know, you have people who say, what's it called? For me, I used to believe that a feminist is someone that knows her right, that knows, even if I want this thing, I have to respect a man, not because of anything, but practically we are equal. If a man should end this cup, I believe as a woman I should end this cup. But if you want to reason it in our recent days in the society, you have to understand that the whole concept of feminism has been changed. You understand? So, but we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll discuss about feminism and modernization. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back. Remember, we're still discussing about the modern day woman. And before I left for a break, I asked a question on, we want to discuss on feminism and modernization. Okay, so let me hear from both of you. What do you think?
I want to hear you first. Let me hear what you have to say.
Okay, so you know, modernization just basically has to do with the process, you know, changes, you know, ways in which things have moved from, you know, let's say point A to point B, and then from B to finally one day in the future we'll get to Z. So
definitely we'll get to Z.
And so I see, and then, you know, feminism as well, you know, that's place where, you know, women are generally accepted. You know, it's not, oh, okay, they say, oh, it's a man's world. It's not no more a man's world.
It's everybody's
it's not
world.
Everybody's world.
It's a new one now. It's a woman's world now.
So, you know, some people say, oh, women call the shots. But then I believe that, you know, if you know who you are as a woman, and you know you also have different men in your life, either maybe your father, your male friends and all that, you know, you don't need to struggle for anything. You know, there's no, you don't need to like come out and say, okay, because maybe you're in an office where you're working and you're the boss. Let's say you are above other people and they are men. You're not okay, you have to prove something after all. Every time they keep saying it's a man's world, it's a man's world. No, after all, me too, I'm a woman and I'm here. You know, it's just okay to give them that respect and also be yourself. And I think that's
if you notice, if you notice now in the society, you hear people say, I'm a feminist, I take no rubbish from any man. I can decide I don't want to cook. He should also learn how to cook. If he does anyhow, I will just leave. We hear that a lot. I think, permit me to say, there was a certain time it rained for Linda Ikeji, where she was going that femininity way, and at the end of the day, one day she got pregnant. The whole internet went boom. all this wine, and then you get the whole stuff. And then you now come again. There was one that was talked about of recent, whether it's one sister like that. She was telling the men it's rubbish. You don't need a man in your life. As a woman, you can stand, you can provide for yourself. Boom, she got married.
Hallelujah.
Yes. And now you get to see that it's like people are beginning to confuse the whole thing.
Those who want to be confused.
They're beginning to confuse feminism and this whole modern stuff. So
this feminism thing, this is what feminism is supposed to be.
Okay.
A woman has a right as a man has his right.
Thank you.
That is just what it's supposed to be.
But
it's not that
to prove
men are rubbish. No, because see, God created man and woman. We need each other.
We cannot.
We cannot do it without each other. It's a love and hate relationship. So if you're for me, I don't need a man. Or a man is for me, I don't need a woman.
It's just
sorry. It's not,
when cold catches the man or the woman, they will know.
So it's about ensuring that whoever, as a woman, the men you have in your life, are men that you respect and they respect you. And sometimes it's you too that has to show that I can be respected. Let me give you an example. I was in university. I entered my year 1, and I hang around with guys a lot. I'm a tomboy. So I was hanging out with some guys and talking. And one of my friends who was from secondary school passed. I said, "Hi, hello, girl. What's up?" I was the only girl. Then one guy looks at me and said, "That girl is a slut." I looked at him and said, "Sorry."
Oh, wow.
I said, "If she's your friend, that means you two are a slut."
Yeah.
I looked at him. And normally girls say, "Wow, yeah." I just looked at him and smiled. By the time I left that school, the guy, the way he respected me, I didn't have to say a word. But I understood the girl had some records of being
keeping herself responsible.
It was understandable. But because he believes, she's like that,
so definitely
I didn't have to abuse him or say anything. And the other guys around me said, "Don't talk like that." They started fighting for me. Because those men understand who I am. He didn't know who I was. So first, you don't need to prove anything. It's the way you carry yourself. I've had men tell me, "Nena, I respect you a lot. You know how to you know how to carry yourself. A guy cannot just come to me and talk to me anyhow. I will not slap you, but by the way I answer you, you yourself will know that I don't. So it's just about women have the same rights as simple.
So that's the whole feminism. So let's stop.
We can't do that each other. Let's stop lying.
Because if you look at it, it's just like, okay, you're going for a you want to study something, like you want to study maybe medicine in school. Initially, they used to think that there were more male doctors than female doctors, but now I think we've all so women can perform surgeries, men can perform surgeries,
men can cook,
men can be engineers,
and we respect each other.
That's true. So my final, before we wrap up this whole stuff, I want to ask, because I want to believe that in a way modernization has affected each of us.
Of course.
So what will you say to the young girl that is growing up, transiting, and passing through this modern? What would you say to her? Like something that you would like to avoid, But before I come for this final wrap, we'll go for a short break, and after the short break, we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Welcome back. And before we went on the short break, I asked a question to my beautiful guests. I said to them, what would you say to a young girl that is transiting into this, like she's moving now, and as she's moving, modernization is occurring. So what will you advise her, like what would you want her to prevent, not to do, that affected you while you were also transiting into modernization? So let's go.
For me, I would advise her to have the right people in her circle.
I get that.
It's easier said than done, but the truth is that when you have the right people in your circle, you're able to transit well in every stage you're in. So try and have friends who actually want the best for you, because you may know. So sometimes we pretend that we know people that love us, and we know those that want to use us. We just feel like I don't want to be left alone. I don't want to feel like an outcast. But try your best to have the right people around you. And when you do that, also your mindset. This thing, if you're not able to manage your mindset, you're going to find yourself in places that you don't want to be, physically, mentally, psychologically. So work on that.
Thank you very much. So let me hear you what you have to say to that.
And from me, I would just want to say to that young woman out there growing up, that she should focus on the woman within. For me, I'll use myself as an example. I remember a few years back when I was serving, I got engaged to someone, and then after a while, I realized that no, this was not what I wanted. But when I sat down and I looked at it, I was like, why did I even make this decision in the first place? I could not just understand it. But I told myself that no, because this was not the route that I wanted to take, it was better for it to end there. And I'm here today, I'm happy. Why? Because, I have personally invested in myself. What I did that period, immediately after I made that decision, was to look within me and say, okay, what mistake did I make before getting to this point of actually even receiving an engagement ring and then removing it again? So, I had to start gaining knowledge. Invest in yourself as a young woman. Invest in yourself.
It's really very important to really speak to these young girls, because I want to believe the case we had with Chidima that was still rolling. The fact is, it was a trend for the truth is she was affected by the modern trend,
of course,
technology and all that. So I want to believe that was what got her to that level and that point she got into. So thank you very much. So before we go today,
thank you.
We'll have a hot gist, then we'll wrap up. Definitely there's every day there's something that is happening with our agenda. It doesn't. There's no way our agenda. We don't used to perform. We're a wonderful gender. So
yes, we are.
I don't know. Something happened in Big Brother Naija. Sorry, it's not mind me because it's what's happening. It's a talk about. Don't mind me. So we have one of the housemates. Her name is Tega. She's married. She said she's married.
Okay.
Okay, yes. We've actually seen post on her husband. She's married. And yesterday she had a romantic involvement. She had sex entanglement on national TV with one of the housemates.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, and August, a lot of entanglement.
So are you trying to say August had a lot of entanglements? What are you trying to say? So actually I want to understand, because she's a woman and a lot of young ladies have seen that thing. Everybody now has a smartphone.
Yeah.
That stuff alone, you saying you're married, now having sex on national TV, has sent out a message. A very, you can see a girl growing up and say, okay, it's not my, if someone can have it on national TV, I can have it anyway I want to have it. So I don't know, what do you really think about that whole stuff, having sex, married, national TV, a husband coming out to defend it?
Oh, he did.
He did.
Oh.
If your husband defended it, it's an open marriage. Not open marriage.
Who are we?
We're married. But we can both go and have sex. I was like, people do that a lot nowadays. So it's open marriage.
Okay, is that an
for him to defend her.
Is it modernization that caused this one now?
Well, it is involvement.
I don't think it has anything to do with modernization. The only part of modernization there is the fact that people
can now watching now media.
Yes.
But I think this has been happening.
Maybe yes,
they've been happening.
Even in the
just that
olden
now
days,
we're now
like
in a time where people are more expressive and more open,
and they are aware.
So these things have been happening, guys. It's not like it's not today.
Oh wow! So thank God for God. But I in the end of it all, just like you said, find yourself within. Yeah. Know who you are. Know what you want. Make your own decision.
Find your balance.
Find your balance. Thank you very much. It was an amazing moment with you.
Thanks for having us.
I learned something today. So with this, we're coming to the wrap of today's section on Women's Court. Do join us same time next week on AFRICUNIATV.com. I want to say special thanks to my producer and my director, BJ Uru, and also to Ola. Thank you very much.